Welcome inside the Valley Health and Wellness Center here in Port Colborne as the Ontario Parasport Games sledge hockey underway here this weekend. Kicking things off the Niagara Thunderblades and the Hamilton Sledgehammers as we thank you for joining us for this first game of the weekend from Port Colborne. Early save right off the hop. Shadow walk to the face-off and down to the left. The Thunderblades goaltender. 2 games on tap today, a full slate tomorrow, and then finals will go on Sunday afternoon, all here from the Valley Health and Wellness Center in Port Colborne. Picked up down on that far side corner, and Niagara. Now they'll work out with it. Down the other side of the near side. And as Hamilton riding back and it's tapping. In behind the net. Tapping playing for Team Ontario last year. Canada Parasport Games. For sledge hockey as it's worked up in center. Picked up by Richie. Richie lost it. And they go back the other way. Here comes Hamilton. In the zone, losing the puck. John couldn't get a stick on it. Into the zone, tapping. Top, pass to left to net, turns out of the zone, at center. Camper. Pass to the deep zone, back outside, centers. Early. Niagara now with an opportunity at center. Lost it. Could be a break back the other way. Here's Stumping. In, shot right on, save is made. Chad Watts comes up. The first big save of the game. The face-off comes down inside the Thunderblade zone. Excellent weekend here from Niagara of Parasports. Tons of activities, tons of different sports going on throughout the Niagara region over at Canada Games Park. Of course, here in Port Colborne. Strike first here in Port Colborne. Off the face-off wing. Niagara, the hotel, if you want to call it, the team here this weekend. Works it down in. Steven. Behind the far side. Will be picked up at center. Could be a break. Here's Cooper Stapleton. That puck's going to roll too far ahead, and it'll be covered by Watts. Puck will roll on goal, and once again Watts will play it safe and cover. Another face-off coming deep inside the Niagara zone. Tapping on that back line with Hayden Campion. And off the face-off, it'll be one back by Hamilton. Campion steps right up. That shot bouncing to the near side. Here's topping a shot. Watts is down, and it's under him. And another good save, so being peppered early is Watts. And another face-off deep inside the Niagara territory. Face-off won by Hamilton. Topping, steps right up, rips one high the goal. Rebound comes out front. Clements couldn't get to it. Watts is lunging and covering once again. So all the action thus far down inside the Thunderblade zone. Another face-off win for the Sledgehammers. Loose puck will roll out at center. And now a race back for it. And Stubing back in his own zone. Trying to shed off. And it'll be worked up at center. Stubing trying to hit Rodriguez. Missed. And it'll be settled down by Fortune. Fortune works it up to the bench area. Loose puck on that far side, right out front of the Thunderblade zone. And they'll blow it down, and the faceoff will come here at center. Dixon in to take the face-off for Niagara, wins it back into his own zone. Fortune up at center for Dixon. He fires that puck down the ice. It'll come loose out front of the Sledgehammer zone, and now they're back the other way. Stubing for Rodriguez. Rodriguez, little give and go. Stepping up is Stubing into the zone. A shot missed on the near side. All the way around to that half wall. Loose puck battle for it. Rodriguez able to get there first. Rodriguez, drop pass off. Here's Collison to drive high of the net. All the way back around. Excellent pressure from Hamilton here in this first period. 1-0 Hamilton leads as Stubing lofts it in, and a save is made by Chad Watts. Ford in the corner, a pass up into the slot. Camping, trying to hold the zone, unable to. Niagara will get it out at center and fire it down the ice, and that puck will go for icing on the Thunderblades. Face-off down to the right of Watts. Another face-off win by Clements. Imjob. It's tied up in the slot area. Now it'll be freed up and flipped out at center. Quickly back forward is Travis Topping. Topping will leave it for Clements in his zone. Now back up for Topping, who misread it. Held in by Niagara. There's a hit into the zone. Launching out of the goal to make his first save is Bill Jackson of the game. And now we're going to face off down inside the Hamilton zone. 9:45 to go, first period. And a 1-0 Sledgehammers lead here in the first game of this weekend set in the Ontario Parasport Games. Off the face-off. Clements After it, could not win it. It's back to the point. Shot was blocked. Loose puck will be freed up down to the corner. Camping. Back below the goal line for it. They'll rip it around on the near side. And that puck will float out at center. Clements quickly after it. Here's Albert Clements into the zone. Holds on to it. A centering pass across. Unable to get. As it's worked down into the corner. Brooklyn turns it over. High shot. Clements high of the net. All the way around the boards, trying to hold the zone, unable to as it's back out at center. And Travis Topping back in his own zone will circle around to the near side corner and he'll head up with it at center. Here goes Topping through the center ice area with speed. Topping onside, has the edge, slides it across. Clements, oh, what a save! Chad Watts point blank again, and he keeps it 1-0. Watts has been busy here early on in this first game. Face-off one. Rodriguez in the slot. Stubing's shot is blocked out front. Nathan Collison corrals. Working it back to the point. A race for it. It'll be won there by Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the half wall. Gets bumped over, but he works it down low. Cooper Stapleton now with it down low. Up top, shot through, Watts the save. Rebound will be kicked aside as McDonald works it around on the near side wall. Held in though. Hamilton right back out of the attack as Stubing fires it high. Poke back to the point, Rodriguez leaves it for Collison. Collison holds it in, floats one on, goal wide of the net. Race for it now, Cooper Stapleton. Stapleton's got it on the half wall. He'll cycle it back down low for Collison. Collison goes back for Stapleton. Tied up on that near side corner. Still trying to work that puck free. Now they will. As it's back to the point. Stubing just able to hold it for Rodriguez. Sustained pressure, Hamilton. Rodriguez makes a move, walks in the slot of shot. It is blocked. 6:50 to go first period. All Hamilton in this one. Stubing. Near side dot, centering pass across. Collison sent it just wide. Watts down to his side. Now able to sit back right up. Worked into the corner. Tired group out there for Niagara. Worked near side. Good stick as Topping could not get to it. And it could be a break back the other way. But look at Topping fly through center. Topping gets back and he's out with speed at center. Here's Topping into the zone. Topping, one man to beat. He does. Fires. Watts the save. Clements goes back out front. Nobody home for Hamilton. Passed off. Clements fires. Watts the save. Kicked out that pad. Ritchie around the boards, but it will sneak out as unable to hold that zone and Topping. We'll circle it back. Nimjok after it on the near side as Evan Smith takes a roll over. Centering pass out front. Clements couldn't get to it. Topping holds it in. Circled up in the high slot. Work back down to the near side corner. Nimjok. Locked up. Clements coming in to help. Aubrey Clements gets it back to Topping. He's bumped. Gets it over to the point. Here's a shot right into the glove of Chad Watts, who hangs on. Face-off deep inside the Thunder Blades zone. Another face-off win by Hamilton, except that one unable to be held in. And John back at center. Fires it back into the zone. It will be offside, and Sledgehammers will have to retreat. Now they'll circle back in. Down below the goal line, one. Centering pass up to the point. Good job to hold the zone. What a pass in the slot. Here's Clements, a shot off the crossbar. Nimjon on the rebound down low. And Fortune will work that puck out. Stubing back to retreat for it. Sent in deep, quickly after it, Sam Nimjon. Nimjon trying to check that puck back. Down in the corner. Losing a stick though is Jason Fortune. And they battle for it down low. Fortune able to work it around but not out. Collison able to pick it up, feeds it off. Shot toward the goal is stopped before it got there and cleared down the ice. It'll be icing on Niagara. Sledgehammers tied up off the draw, but they'll get possession. Puck under a body as they're trying to free it up. On that far side face-off dot, Collison sends it down into the corner. Rookley works it around, but not out. It'll be held in as James Rodriguez gets there. Here's Topping a drive. It was blocked on the way to the net. Stapleton for Collison. Collison into the slot. Rodriguez was tied up. Could not get to it. Campen lets one go. Blocked again. Another block shot for Niagara. Ton of bodies out front of the net so far in this first period. 2:33 to go. As that puck is going to slide into the zone at the center. Topping. His way right back in, trying to make a move, now spins off. Topping, feeds off, could not connect. Able to hold the zone though is Stapleton. Stapleton, Campen toward the goal, Rodriguez. Behind him, he's got to turn back for it down low. Campen racing there to hold it in. Far side pass, Collison. Back. Travis Topping on that far side dot, makes a nice move. Shot on goal, wants the save. Loose puck down low, and the whistle goes. That puck was loose, and a break for Niagara with $1:40 to go here in the first. Loose puck will be won by Hamilton. Shot toward the net, missed on the near side by Sam Nimjot. Taylor Dixon down low on that far side half wall, trying to work the puck out. It'll be held in though. Miles Epala back to the point. Stubing circles around. Near side, try to center it. Missed the pass, and that loose puck will roll up, but not out. It'll be held in once again. That's Miles Epala. Down low for Nimjon. Nimjon, a centering pass for Clemens. Clemens back down low, trying to send it out front. It comes out front, unable to get to it. Stubing, all alone, a shot. Save is made by Chad Watts, who comes up with another big-time save for the Niagara Thunderblades. And boy, he's been excellent here in the first period. So this face-off will come once again deep inside Thunderblades territory. Off the draw to be one back Topping. He's got it down in the corner, and it's worked around. Race for it. Campen trying to get there. Collison will get there first. 15 seconds to go in the first period. Hamilton looking for a late marker. Here's Topping in the slot. He fires. He scores! With 5.6 to go in the first period, Travis Topping makes it 2-0 Hamilton. We'll drop this puck here, and that'll pretty much run down the first period. There it is. Time will tick down to end period number one in the dominant period for the Hamilton Sledgehammers here in the first, as they were excellent. Dominating time of possession down in the Niagara Thunderblade zone. Niagara held to just one shot on goal in that first period, as Hamilton all over the place in that first. A 2-0 lead after one here in Port Colborne, the opening game of the Ontario Parasport Sledge Hockey Games. As we get set for period number two, we'll take a moment, we'll step aside here in Port Colborne, and we'll bring to you the second period from the Valley Health and Wellness Center, as you're tuned in to the Ontario Parasport Games. Welcome back inside the Valley Health and Wellness Center in Port Colborne in the 2025 Ontario Parasport Games this weekend in Niagara. Sledge hockey underway, the first game of the weekend. Hamilton, Niagara, a 2-0 Hamilton lead after the second period. Here we go, and it's Clements with an early opportunity. Slides it across, good stick coming through as Taylor Dixon intercepts. Hamilton a dominant first period. Chad Watts a dominant first period in goal for Niagara. He was excellent. Here's a quick shot, and Watts another glove save as he hangs on. Face-off coming down inside the Niagara zone. Another face-off win by Hamilton. Stubing a drive from the point, blocked. Collected and fired up by Fortune. Gets to center, that's as far as it goes, and Stapleton after it on the far side into the Niagara zone. Stapleton by one, down into the corner. Rodriguez circles back out front. On the backhand, Rodriguez tied up, trying to shovel it in. On goal, Watts will cover. Face-off will be one back. And all the way into the zone, here's Topping with it. Topping rips it in, deep into the zone, back after it at the side of the net. Watts couldn't get to it to cover it. Topping has it on the near side. He'll circle back. Here's Topping, a centering pass up top. Onto the stick of Clements. Aubrey Clements for Camping. Into the slot again, and a shot turned aside as Hurley down low. Possession continues to be held in. Topping for Camping. Hayden Camping toward the goal. Loose puck laying out front. Still loose. Nobody can find it. It's right beside Sam Nimjon. Nimjon toward the goal. That's deflected to the far corner. Clements in the corner as Campin streaking in. Shot way high up and out of play off the blade of Hayden Campin rather. And both sides will make changes here. Faceoff comes back outside the zone as it's won back by the Thunderblades. Stubing picks it right up at center. Here's Stubing into the zone, onside. Stubing makes a move, lets one go, deflected off the blade of Fortune, who was out front of the goal. Loose puck rolling back up top to the point. Stubing circling, back with it, tried to send it across. That was denied. Puck is going to be held in once again by Stubing. Stubing sends it, that time able to connect. On the far side, Watts the save. Ron Ritchie going to get back up on his sled. Meanwhile, Rodriguez swipes in to pick it up. Rodriguez, a wraparound attempt. Side of the goal, save is Watts. Loose puck is worked down into the corner. Still tied up is Collison. Trying to work that puck free. He'll get it around, looking for Stapleton. Instead, it comes out at center. Steuben back for it. And Steuben. They'll play it out in front of the Niagara bench. He'll rip it for Collison, who's got to turn back into the zone. Stapleton in pursuit. It'll be covered by Watts with Clements right there. And a face-off once again down low in the Thunderblade zone. Off the draw. It'll roll back for Campen. Campen to the slot. Clements a shot high. Nimjog sends it back out front. Topping onto his stick. Fan on the shot. Gets it back though. Topping back down low for Nimjog. Nimjog drops it back. Topping coming in to pick it up. Here's Topping toward the goal. Makes a move off the post. Topping not close to his second of the afternoon. It stays 2-0. Clements for Topping. Under his blade, he'll circle back. 10:30 to go, second period. Topping lets it fly, and the save is made by Chad Watts again. Draw one back to the point. Shot through onto the near side. Steuben. Big hit on the near side half while Rodriguez gets tied up. Steuben comes in to swipe it. Steuben. He's got two with Stapleton and Collison. Steuben hangs onto it. Now sends it out front. Collison, whack at it. Loose puck, still no whistle. And down again is Watts. And he's found another one. Collison after it down in the corner. Centering pass, ripped out of the zone. It's backed out in front of the Niagara bench. They'll get that puck freed up. And it'll be Hamilton right back the other way. Steuben gets around his man into the zone. Numbers here for Hamilton. Collison, shot off the mask of Watts. Rodriguez now pulling it up top. Rodriguez a shot, pad save made by Watts. Steuben all over the rebound on the half wall. He'll pull it out. Far side dot. His shot, glove save Watts, and this time he hangs on. Clements off the face-off, trying to win that puck back. 8 and change left to go in the second period as Campman got to go back, but Topping easily back for it in his own zone, and Topping will turn back at center. Topping, oh, he is leveled at center, big-time collision. As he was flying through the neutral ice area. Travis Topping, back for it, floats it out at center. It'll be collected on the near side by Aubrey Clements. Clements drops it. Nimjog on the near side dot. He'll settle things down and let Hamilton get troops into the zone. Topping, hovering around up at the point. Clements a shot, Watts the save. Rebound pops free. Campman there to collect it. In behind the goal, wraparound attempt. Watts lunging over to the far side post. And he's got another one as he's able to cover for a draw. Face off on the far side of the Niagara zone. Miles for Rodriguez. Rodriguez, nice hands into the slot, dumps it off. Here is a shot, and Watts the save again. The puck is still loose. Side of the net, Rodriguez couldn't get there in time. Stacey Ritchie lost it on the half wall. Here comes Rodriguez again into the zone. Rodriguez down below the goal line, now turned back. Up top, Stubbing. Tight angle shot deflected wide. .650 to go, second period, and a 2-0 Hamilton lead here in the opener. The Ontario Parasport Games sledge hockey tournament. Loose puck leg, Cullison couldn't get to it. It'll be cleared out for the moment. Rodriguez back to his stick. Stapleton winds one up and fires. Blocker save made by Watts. Rodriguez got it back down low. He pulls it out front. And another save made by Watts, who hangs on. Bill Jackson, one shot in this hockey game. Down at the other end of the ice for Hamilton. Not a very busy afternoon thanks to the effort from his sledgehammers here today. Face out back, slot. Sledgehammer's right back onto the attack. A shot toward the net. Save is made by Watts. Trying to clear the zone, unable to. It'll be picked up. Camping walks in. Shot. Glove save. Watts. Loose puck laying out front in the crease. Whacking away at it. It's still loose down low. Watts finds it and covers. What a performance Chad Watts is putting on here this afternoon in the opener for the Niagara Thunderblades. And the sole reason it's only a 2-0 deficit. Niagara's going to make a quick substitution here with 5:55 to go in the second. And they'll bring on Taylor Dixon to take the face-off against Aubrey Clements. Clements wins it back to Topping. Topping rips it off the boards in deep around Clements after it. Clements trying to bring that puck back out front. It's tied up below the goal line, and now a loose puck. Topping all over it on the far side. Here goes Topping. In behind the goal. Tried the Michigan up top, and he sent it just high. It's not something you see every day. A sledge hockey Michigan almost for Topping. Just couldn't get that puck under the bar. Another floater high of the goal. Topping, here he goes again. Leaves it that time for Nimjon. Back down low into the corner. Clements quickly down low after it. That puck will squirt free to the near side. Topping, misplayed it down low. Now turns back, trying to get after it. Collides with his teammates, Clements. Stubing able to hold the puck in. A shot from the point, loose puck. Rebound, glove save, side of the net by Chad Watts. Niagara needs an extra player out there, and they're going to get one as Dixon will come in. Stapleton. And now they're going to swap the face-off man here. As Dixon's going to get tossed. They're going to bring in right winger to take the draw against Stapleton, who wins it clean. Rodriguez through a pair of defenders, couldn't get any further, and it's dumped out of the zone. Out at center, Stubing will circle back with it in the neutralized area. Stubing gets by everybody, here he goes. He's got Stapleton, Stubing hangs onto it, shot is turned aside by Watts. Collision down to the boards, Cullison. Couldn't get the loose puck, and it's going to be floated up and down the ice by Niagara. Stubing will head back forward in his own zone. Stubing once again through everybody in Niagara. Here he is in, fan on the shot, loose puck laying out front, and they get it on goal, but not by Watts. The trio of Dylan Stubing, Aubrey Clements, and Travis Topping have been top-notch here this afternoon. Chad Watts has been outstanding in goal for the Thunderblades in a 2-0 Hamilton lead. Clean wing Clements to the point, Topping a drive high of the net. Battle forward in the corner, centering pass out of the stick of Topping. He'll circle on that far side guy. Topping makes a move, fires one toward the net off the outside of the post. Topping gets it back, trying to center it. Unable to connect with Hierlany, and it'll roll out at center ice again. 3 sledgehammers back for him. Clements will retreat. Under 3 to go in the second. Long pass up at center, turned back the other way by the Thunderblades. And now coming through is Campen. Campen wins the battle. Now a race for it. Here they come 2-on-0. Lunging is Watts, and that puck is loose. Now he'll cover for a face-off. Off the draw, Stubing has it. Slot, dishes off. One-timer, score! What a goal! Dylan Stubing connects with Nathan Collison, and it's 3-0 Sledgehammers. On a great tee-up on the near side. All the pressure, all the shots. Hamilton is rolling here in this first opening game. Another face-off, Stubing. Speeding back into the zone. He's by everybody, Stubing in off the post. Trying to go right back for another one. Rodriguez back below the goal line. He gets bumped. As that's giving him a shove. Two of them off their sleds as it's back out in neutral ice area. Stubing turns it over. Gets it into the slot for Rodriguez. That puck is going to roll just wide of the goal. Stubing for Collison out front. One-timer again. And this time, Watts gets the better of Collison with $1:21 to go in the second. Draws one by Hamilton. Campen can't get to it. Leaves it for Topping, who fires on goal, and Watts is down to cover. Hamilton controlling deep in the zone again. A pass across, missing. Able to hold it in though. Nimjob hits Topping to the goal. Topping a shot. Watts the save. Loose puck. And it's rolled back to the goaltender by Riley. And able to cover for another face-off now with under a minute to go. Face off to the side of the net. And covered again. Thunderblade's able to win that job and turn it over. Rodriguez unable to find it. I think it's lodged under his sled. It is. And they'll blow it dead. Bring this face off in the neutral ice area. Stapleton to take the draw. Stapleton against Dixon. Dixon wins it back. Stubing controls at center. Look at him fly. Here he goes again. Stubing into the zone by Dixon to the slot by another one. Gets a shot wide. Big time hit into the end boards is tied up now. As that puck will work around on the near side and out and down. And that will sound the horn to end period number 2 here in Port Colborne as it continues to be all Hamilton in this one. 3-0 lead for the Sledgehammers in the opening game here in the Sledge Hockey Weekend in Port Colborne, Ontario. The Parasport Games underway here in the Niagara region. We'll step aside. 3-zip, Hamilton on top of Niagara. And we welcome you back into the Valley Health and Wellness Center here in Port Colborne. Period 3 underway. Topping off the draw. No, could not slide it by Watts. Who's got it under him? 3-0 Sledgehammers. Opening game of the weekend on the sledge hockey side of things. Lots of other sporting events going on throughout the Niagara region here in the Ontario Parasport Games. The streaming you're tuned into this weekend, and the great coverage all brought to you by Niagara College. As it's turned aside down into the corner. We'll be with you all weekend long here from the Valley Health and Wellness. As here's Topping again, unable to corral that puck. Now's got it down low. Full slate of games tomorrow, starting in the morning. Finals will take place on Sunday morning in the afternoon. Pass across, they go back out front. And Topping chases after it down in the corner. Topping has it, far dot, pass to the near side. Oh, what a save made by Chad Watts. A lunging effort of desperation from the goaltender Watts, and he keeps it out.
what looked to be a sure goal to extend the Hamilton lead to 4. No.
Turned around on that far side. Lob back toward the net. Loose puck. Rodriguez couldn't get it. It'll be dumped up and out of the zone. As we had a couple players tied up on the far side. That's because of the whistle. So that'll draw the faceoff outside of the zone now in the neutral ice area. Rodriguez can't carry that puck in. Hamilton's got to get onside. They're going to be offside. Do another faceoff in the neutral ice area. Game 2 today, 2 o'clock. Set London and the Cruisers will face off. It's the second of 2 games here from Friday on the sledge hockey side of things. Off the draw, Stubing. Rips it off the near side boards. It'll be worked down Stapleton. Back out of the zone. Stubing's got to wait to get onside. He'll just float one in. Off the pad of Watts to the corner. Big time hit on that far side. We got a penalty coming here as that puck is going to be sent out at center. Here's the whistle. And roughing is going to be the call on Hamilton. And so Niagara now a chance maybe to look at the offense with a power play here early in the third period. Off the draw, it gets tied up in the zone. And Hamilton will clear that puck down the ice. That went into the bench, or else Clements would have had a clear break, short-handed. As Dixon will circle back in the zone. Pass is picked off. And now to wobble out center. Topic lost it. Hamilton able to keep possession, dump right back in. Here's Topic. Into the zone. Bumped into, and it's offside. Puck down into the near side. Topic. After it down low, tried to center it. Clements has it now to wrap around. She tries. It'll be covered up. We got a penalty coming, I believe, as Clements was interfered with. And that's going to be the call. Tomorrow a full slate, like we mentioned, on Saturday, starting at 9 a.m.
Niagara will take on the Cruisers to kick off the Saturday slate of games. 10:45, Hamilton and London will tee off. Followed at 2 o'clock by London and Niagara, and 3:45, Cruisers and Hamilton. Third and fourth place game on Sunday morning. And 9 o'clock for bronze, and then 11:30 will be the gold medal game here in Port Colborne. Quick shot, ripped high of the goal. Back around to the near side is 40 seconds remaining in a 4-on-4. Here's Topping. Could not get by the last man. And Dean Newton, the captain. He punched right back into the zone. Clements avoids a check now with it around to the far side. Dumps it back. Here comes a point shot through. Blocked by Newton. Hamilton will dump that back in and make a few changes. As Fortune back after it for the Thunderblades. That pass is picked off by Stapleton. Holds it in, he'll spin around. Stapleton lofts it toward the net. Newton able to get that puck out of the zone. No, it's held in by Stubing. Dylan Stubing. In for Clements. Her shot ripped high. Puck still loose. Wraparound attempt. Blocker save made by Watts, denying Stapleton. Hamilton now 3 seconds remaining on the power play. This puck will roll up to the near side. Now back to 5-on-5. There's Ron Ritchie out of the box. That puck thrown toward the front of the goal. Stubing after it off the boards. Stubing. And right to the glove of Chad Watts, who hangs on with 9:33 to go in the third. Face-off, shot coming through from Miles, blocked. Rebound, glove save, Watts again. This time on Dylan Stubing. Face-off win. Miles throws one toward the goal. Blocked. Dishes back off Rodriguez. Blocked by his own teammate Clements. Stubing has it back in the corner. Pass it behind the net. Centering pass now. Loose puck lag in the slot. Stubing first on it, spinning back on the near side circle. Stubing loads up a pass to the far side, and it's in the back of the net, and they score. It's Nathan Collison again, his second of the afternoon. Stubing sets it up, and it's 4-0 Hamilton. this face-off. Backing up and out at center with 8:30 to go in this one. All Hamilton to kick off these Ontario Parasport Games. As this puck worked down into the zone of the Thunderblades. Dean Newton trying to get that puck out in behind his own goal, slings it around to the far side. It'll be met by Clements. Clements has it back at the blue line, holds the zone. Ice opens up for, shot goes high. Clements and Topping have been flying around here today. Loose puck laying just below the goal line, race for it. As Nimjon couldn't pick it up, now down below the goal. Nice feed up top as Nimjon's shot turned aside by Watts, who hangs on with 7:18 to go in the third. Off the draw, it'll be Stubing into the slot. Rodriguez shot, save made, and covered by Watts. Puck comes loose to the side of the goal, now loose out front. Lunging at it, Watts, and he covers. Centering pass, Collison got two already this afternoon. Shot right on. And 1 and 2 saves made by Watts as he falls back on the rebound. Tied up off that faceoff. As Nimjon's trying to work it free. Does just that, spinning around, is shot wide of the goal. Played back in behind for Clements. Clements on the half wall. Needs help on the near side. Trying to free it up. Now it's picked up. Topping will spin around with it. Down below the goal line, lost it for a moment, trying to get free. Clements comes in to help. Aubrey Clements in behind the goal now. Still has that puck, up for Topping, left to right, back out front. Loose puck, poked just wide. Nimjon now in a battle with it on the end boards with Ruckley. Ruckley can't get it out of the zone. It's come to the near side, 5:40 to go, third period. Back around, Clements will meet it on the far boards. Clements Has it, gets by one. Try to go back to her left hand, and now it'll be forced out of the zone by the Thunder Blades and ripped right back in by Clements from center. Hamilton holding that zone. Now out at center. Topping. Gliding back forward, and he hit the 5-minute mark in the third. Leaves that puck there for Clements, who's in onside. Clements could be a 2-on-1. Here she is. Clements fires, scores! Left to right. Top corner for Aubrey Clements, who makes it 5-0 Sledgehammers. Off the stick of Clements. And with just under 5 to go now, Hamilton trying to put this one away here and take the first game of the opening tournament. They've been dominant this afternoon. Watts has been exceptional in goal for the Thunder Blades, but Niagara just unable to do anything against this Hamilton team, only mustering one shot on goal back in the first period. Been a relatively easy afternoon for the goaltender, Bill Jackson. And the other end of things as Hamilton right back out of the attack. A centering pass comes up. Rodriguez can't get to it, still loose. That'll be played up but not out, held in. Stubing with it. Right in, fires, fought off by Watts. Rebound is saved by Watts. Loose puck in, the third opportunity. They score again. Dylan Stubing got the last touch on it for Hamilton, and it's 6-0 for the Sledgehammers. Off the face-off, Hamilton wasting no time getting back into the zone. Played along to the near side now, trying to scoot out front, lost that puck as it's back down into the corner. Turning it up top, here's Clements, shot, score! Aubrey Clements, her second of the period. And pouring it on here, the Sledgehammers now starting to find those goals that they were hoping to get early in the first period, where Watts was stopping everything that came toward him. And now it's a 7 spot for Hamilton. Face-off picked up by Rodriguez, who's up ice with it. Rodriguez weaving his way in. Looking for an option. Stubing back across. And it's sent just wide. What an opportunity that was. Cooper Stapleton couldn't bear it. They go back up top. Stubing holds onto it. Now lets it fly. Blocked. That hit a sled out front. Stapleton has it back down low. Circling back in the high slot, Stapleton in, dishing off, Stubing fires, fought off by Watts. Approaching the 1 minute mark here in the third period. Hamilton's going to move to 1-0 in the tournament. Up top it comes. As Miles can't get a shot toward the goal. Collison, who's got 2 goals for Hamilton as well, can't get to it. It's out at center. Dylan Stubing. 40 seconds to go here. Back into the Niagara zone. Bumps it across. Collison has to go to the corner to get it. 30 seconds left. Centering pass, turn back the other way, and it's out at center. Collison, shot, blocker save made by Watts. Flipped high up. It'll bounce to the far side, and that will drain the rest of the time here in period number 3. A dominant showing from the Hamilton Sledgehammers to open the weekend in the first game of this Ontario Parasport Games. And Hamilton in it to win it. Has a very impressive offensive, defensive performance. Not much to say about the goaltending. Bill Jackson 1 for 1 in shots against. On the other side of things, it was Chad Watts, who was outstanding for the Niagara team, but just not enough offense, as Niagara able to only muster 1 shot toward the net of Hamilton. And Hamilton has to feel good about that start to the tournament. So 1 game down and 1 to go as we line up at center. And the handshake line will go through as Hamilton up to a 1-0 start. Niagara will drop to 1 in the loss column, 0-1. As we get set to tee up London versus the Cruisers here in the second of 2 games from the Valley Health and Wellness Center in Port Colborne. Half an hour out from the second game of the tournament. We'll step aside and we'll be back for you for that second game. Don't go anywhere, as 1 game in the books here at the Ontario Parasport Games in Port Colborne, the Niagara region. The Hamilton Sledgehammers mean business this weekend with a convincing win over Niagara as we sign off from Game 1. I'm Alec Murray. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back at 2 o'clock.
Of real-world experience. That's NC Life. Apply now and start this September. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
We welcome you back inside the Valley Health and Wellness Center here. Game number 2 between the Cruisers and London Blizzard on this sledge hockey opening day of the 2025 Ontario Paralympics. Game 1 saw a great battle between Niagara and Hamilton. Hamilton coming out on top of that one with a shutout victory. And now one of these two teams looking to move to 1-0 on the weekend as well. Second of 2 games here this weekend. On a Friday, full slate tomorrow. 4 games coming at you. And we thank you for joining us here in Port Colborne. As that'll be worked down to the near side, Perry picks it up in his own zone, now turns it over. Here's our first scoring chance, and it's in the back of the net. Curtis Tom buries it on the first shot of the afternoon, and the Cruisers take a 1-0 lead. Chris Perry had the opportunity to get that puck out of the zone, did not know where it was. In the blink of an eye, it's in the back of his net, and a 1-0 lead under a minute in. Faceoff will be tied up, and London will work it out at center. Back into the zone after it is Perry. He'll rip it around on the far side. Trying to hold the zone and able to hold the zone is Blanchard. Blanchard gets pinned onto the half wall, but able to get by his man. He'll work it back down low. Quickly after it is Chad Stopa. Stopa's going to be a problem this weekend for every team he faces. Excellent talent. 28 for London here this weekend. Pose takes his man into the far side corner. Able to hold that zone is McKenna. And now it'll bounce out at center. Rolling puck and a race for it. Able to get back in time. A great effort. Morris. As he works it down the ice. That puck will roll on goal. Icing will be waved off. And shoot aside. We should get into the starting goaltenders here this afternoon in Port Colborne. It'll be Chris Wood for the London Blizzard. And Jacob Simonin for Cruisers. Simmons squad already getting him up early 1-0. In the first minute, Curtis Tom, the marker. Cruisers in their white, red shoulders, London. Very sharp looking purple jerseys. Lightning on the sleeves and the black and green and white numbers. Bouncing puck on the far side, it'll be down into the corner. Bruner will work it out at center. It's flipped back in by London. They're going to be offside as they pull it back out of the zone. And a face-off will come in the neutralized area. Bruner in to take the face-off against Dylan Verburn. It'll be won by London, trying to get that puck back into the zone. They're going to get back on side. And now the Cruisers looking to move that puck through center. Now here's a turnover. It's Verburn. Verburn a chance to tie early in the first. Here he is. He scores! Dylan Verburn on a breakaway. Buries it top shelf. And we're tied at 1 here in the first. So Verburn able to get this game back even at 1 apiece. And London is right back in on the attack. Chad Stopa Along the near side wall, trying to work that puck free. He battles with Curtis Tom. Stopa wins it. Rink wide pass. Here comes a shot through. It was blocked on the way to the goal. And Cruisers will get this puck out. Picked up out front of the bench. Cruisers are in on side. Blackwood coming in, knocking his man off the puck. That's Curtis Tom who works it in though. Down low, centering pass. Up top, it's sent just wide. Rolling puck comes back as Atwood able to get it out of the zone for London. And the Blizzard get it up at center. Stopa back out of the attack down low in enemy territory. Stopa gets running to the boards, gets it out front. He's Atwood and they score! I'm not sure who got the last touch on it. Atwood was right there. Parked out front. And it was either McKenna or Atwood who tipped it in. Regardless, London has their first lead of the game and a 2-1 and 2 unanswered quickly. Back to scoop it up in their own zone. It's played off for Byrne, the goal scorer, the first for London. In on the attack, it's turned back the other way by Stedman. Up at center, it'll be knocked down by Chris Perry, who knocks it into the zone. On her horse is Haley Halleck. First down it is Halleck. She's got it below the goal line, comes out front, save made as it's turned aside by Simon. Back around on the far side boards, able to hold that zone is Derby. Here comes a shot toward the goal, never got through, was blocked on the way. Now tied up, sitting out front of the net, on goal, Simon, able to cover and hang on for a faceoff. Face-off will be won back by the Blizzard, back to the point. It'll be held in, nice job, Rank wide, that puck off the boards, pass missing, but it stays in the zone. Morris, shot, blocked before it got to the goal, rebound laying out front of the slot, battle for it, swiped away, and that'll bounce out of the zone at center. Fired back into the zone by London, wide of the goal. Blizzard time to reset in their own end, but here comes Stopa. He gets hit hard on the near side boards. That'll make room for Mark Kaufman to pick it up in behind his net. Kaufman lofts it up, but not out. Held back in down low. Cruisers will try once again to clear the zone, and this time they'll play it off the boards and out. Blackwood rips it back in. Loose puck coming in out front. Collision. Left up top. They score! Chad Stopa again. 3 unanswered for the Blizzard here in the first period, and they have a 3-1 lead. Stopa can't be stopped early on in this one as the faceoff is right down on goal. Chris Wood will steer it to the corner. In on the attack is Stefano Perry. Turned over. Atwood. Pass comes to her near side. She's after it. Up at center for Byrne. Looking for the pass. He gets it. And they're going to be offside just as Sean McKenna was in a hair ahead. Face out. McBurn gets tied up, able to win that back. But it'll be picked up by Curtis Tom at center. Rolling puck, nobody there. McKenna after it. As they collide out front of the benches. McBurn back into the zone with Atwood. Joining into the rush is Perry. Perry slipped, couldn't get the puck back the other way. Now here goes Stopa at center. One man to beat back the other way is Derby on defense. Slid over to the near side. Here's Carey. Carey slings it around for Cruisers. It's met on that far side by McKenna. And Sean McKenna will leave it for his captain. There's Chris Perry. Can't clear the zone. Near side pass. Here's a chance for Cruisers. Shot and they score! Big time answer for the Cruisers. As now it's a 3-2 game and a 1-goal game. Right back the other way, able to squeak one by Chris Wood. So this game off to a roaring start offensively for both sides with 7 and change to go here in the first period. A 3-2 London lead. Blanchard lofts it up at center. Quickly after it is Stopa. Couldn't get there. Turn back at center. Floyd tipped over as he couldn't get to that puck. Now it'll be ripped in by Morris. Still laying loose in the center ice area. Blanchard's got to go back into his own zone for it. Steered aside by Wood. Flip tie off the glass, back the other way. Halleck is after it. Halleck gets it into the zone onside. She's in the slot, trying to get free. Blanchard holds the zone. Back down low on the far side dot. It'll be controlled by Chad Stopa. Stopa's centering pass is intercepted by Tim Uffaju. And they will settle things down with the Cruisers. And loft it out at center. Cruisers having trouble out of their own zone as Blanchard gets to the line to hold it in. Nifty little pass in. Perry can't get the shot off as he was sent down to the ice. That loose puck finally fired out of the zone by the Cruisers. Full pressure coming in offensively, but London will get it up for Verburn. Verburn couldn't get away from Bruner. He comes back in to cut the angle off in his own zone, and Bruner will turn back into the corner. Trying to shed Verburn, he'll throw it up at center. Perry, he comes in to pick it up, but instead it's turned back the other way. Out of the near side corner, pass up at center. Almost got through. Would have been numbers for London back the other way as it's now dumped into the zone by Verburn. Noah Bruner back in behind his own goal. Trying to fend off his check, and he's up at center. Look at Bruner go through center, still with the puck. Now lost it, left it behind, and it'll be dumped to the near side. Verburn couldn't get it into the zone. It'll be slapped in on the follow by Michael Berry. That puck will be fired into the deep corner. Bruner after it. He meets Blanchard on the back end. Blanchard plays it off the boards. Bruner right there to intercept. Bruner centering pass to the wrong stick, and it'll be sent out. Feed pass for Atwood, who couldn't come up with it. Verburn following. A 2-on-1 developing for London. Here's Verburn. Good defensive play coming in as Bowen able to break that up, and they're back the other way. Verburn's pass missing. Intended for Morris. Now back out at center. Morris left it behind, and the Cruisers will turn it back the other way. Tap pass intercepted. Coming in is Stopa, and here he goes. Chad Stopa into the zone. Centering pass, looking out front. And nobody able to get there in time. Atwood will corral it on the half wall. She'll throw it toward the net. Never got there. Cleared by Cruisers. Cruisers will have it back in their own end, and they'll fire that puck the length of the ice, and that'll roll. And that will be icing on Team Cruisers with 2:43 to go. A 3-2 game, fiery offensive start from both sides of things. And London holding on to the lead slimly here in the first period. And a face-off deep inside the Cruiser zone. London will win the draw. Back to the point it comes as Derby able to hold it. Brennan Derby for Verburn. Verburn trying to get free, could not. Loose puck comes back up top. Battle for it as trying to free it up. And finally it'll be blown down as Pozeg couldn't get it free. And they'll keep this face-off down in the Cruisers' offensive zone. Off the draw, one back cleanly. Perry rips it around to the near side boards and wobbling puck down the ice. It'll be waved off icing. Morris is back. Perry cuts off the angle for Verburn. Verburn lifts it out of the zone. Derby off the near side boards at center. But it'll be picked back up and fired back in. Tome first one on it on the far side, able to hold his own, collided with his teammate Perry. Perry and Tome on that far side trying to hold it in. Jose comes in to help for London. Michael Carey in a battle for it down low. Carey centering pass. Here's a shot right on. The glove save is made by Chris Wood. His first real test of this one, and he comes up equal to the task. So both teams will make wholesale changes here with the $1:16 to go in the first period. Blizzard up 3-2 in this first game for both sides. Hamilton took their first game over Niagara, the first game of this weekend tournament in the Ontario Paralympics here in the Niagara region. Cruisers looking for a late one to tie things up before the end of the first. Loose puck comes up top. Stopa comes in to help defensively. Back to the point it comes. It's held in. Shot through. It'll wobble wide by Yershizin. Yershizin unable to hold the zone, and now a race for it. Here they come. Back the other way, flip pass across, and it's a breakaway. Here is Barry, could not get a shot off. And Stopa had him set up perfectly, and now pouncing on the loose puck is Jacob Simon for a faceoff. Well, Stopa was able to get it across for Michael Barry, who could not pull the trigger. And now with 25.2 to go here in the first, a faceoff deep inside Cruisers territory. Off the draw, Blanchard at the point. Feeds it across to the near side, race for it now. Trying to get that puck out. And Noah Bruner will not as it rolls toward the front of the net. Unable to pull the trigger again. Another good opportunity scoring-wise. That was Blanchard out front. And the horn will sound here to end period number one between Cruisers and the London Blizzard. What a offensive start it was. Both sides of things. The first shot of the game went in. Curtis Tom got the scoring started. Answered by three straight from London, two of those from Chad Stopa. And then it was Michael Carey answering to make it 3-2. And that is our score after the first. So we will step aside here at the Valley Health and Wellness Center. The 2025 Ontario Paralympic Games, the second game of two here in Port Colborne today. London Cruisers, a 3-2 London lead as we head to the second.
Do you hear that?
Follow, guys. Keep going.
That's the sound of real-world experience. That's NC Life. Apply now and start this September. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
Underway second period. Thanks for joining us for this second game of the afternoon of the Friday kickoff for this Sledge Hockey Ontario Paralympic Games tournament. That shot whistled wide by Verburn. Out of the near side, four teams in this year. Cruisers, London, Niagara, and Hamilton. Hamilton coming away with a victory against Niagara to kick off this first day. One of these two teams will join them. Puck will be flipped up into the sled there, but freed up by Carey, and it's worked down into the London zone. Back to pick it up is Brendan Derby. Derby will bang it off the boards, looking for Verburn up at center. And here goes Verburn. Verburn could be a 2-on-1 for London. He's got one man to beat, and he could not beat him. Great job defensively by Perry to stay with him. Now back the other way, here's Curtis Tom. He'll work it across for Carey. Carey mishandled the puck. It'll lay there on the far side for a moment. There, Tom will pick it up. Tom spins away from Atwood. Centering pass. Here comes a shot through right in the mask of Chris Wood, and he's able to fight it off and hang on. Lord Baller, a bid to tie this game at 3. And a good early save in the second for Wood. Face off, will be won back by London in their own zone. Blanchard. And then Blanchard, long to the near side, gets up. Centering pass and a shot fanned on out front. Christou. And now London will clear the zone. Could be a breakaway now here back the other way for London and Chad Stopa. Stopa on a good hustle play back by Timofejew to get back and break that up. Meanwhile, London still in. Second opportunity, they score. Stopa is third of the afternoon off a great feed across from Haley Halleck. And London has doubled it up. It's 4-2 as the Blizzard restore that 2-goal lead. What a pass from Halleck to find Stopa. Took him 2 hacks at it, but he was able to get it behind the goaltender, Jacob Simon. And now a 4-2 game for London. Back down into the zone, and here come the Cruisers back the other way. A shot again off the mask of Chris Wood. And once again, he's able to hang on. It's the second puck in a row he's taken off the chin. And he keeps it 4-2. Impressive, as Noah Bruner was bidding to get the Cruisers back to within 1. Face-off will be tied up. Cruisers will send a shot wide of the net. Bruner after it on the near side half wall. He's down into the corner now in a battle with Brendan Derby. Derby and Bruner trying to kick this puck free. Derby comes away with it for London. He's in behind his own goal now with space. Derby slings that puck up in front of the bench. And London will pick it up, and they're back out at center. Here comes Verburn. Verburn is in onside. He'll turn back, trying to fend off Kaufman. Verburn to the front of the goal, and it's a good play defensively by Yurchizhin. Yurchizhin back after it below the goal line. Loose puck pops free up top. Verburn slides one through, and it's in the back of the net. They score! Dylan Verburn just threw one on goal, and it somehow finds its way through. And London has their biggest lead. It's a 5-2 hockey game. So the goals just keep on coming here in this one between London and Cruisers. 7 already. As here goes Stopa again in a rolling puck. He gets tied up trying to feed it out front. Battle for it is McKenna. Down low into the corner, Sean McKenna. Centering pass is picked off. It'll be rung around the boards by Curtis Tome. And out at center. Played out near the bench area. Stopa right back on it for London. Stops, centering pass. McKenna can't hold on to it on his stick, and it's sent back the other way. Does that have enough on it for icing? It will not have enough. No, icing will be waved off as Blanchard's got to go back for it. Morris sends it up the near side wall. Picked off and sent right back in. Pass up at center. Morris out of his reach. Timofaju trying to play that back into the zone. Blanchard comes in to help out as well. He's flipped over. And he'll rip that puck rink wide off the boards. And here goes Verburn after it. Could not win the loose puck battle. It'll sit up at center. And now sent right back in by Morris. Timofaju out front of his own goal, slings it rink wide. Quickly in is Derby, but he couldn't get to it. Good save, but Derby and Atwood stuck in the zone. Battle for it out front of that bench area. Now sent back in. Derby back to collect for London, and that will be sent down the ice for icing against the Blizzard. Off the draw, it'll be won back by London. Derby around to the far side. It's met there by Perry. Can't hold the zone, and now in hot pursuit is London. Swift play by Perry there to dump that puck out. Ryan Floyd will dump it back into London's zone. They'll swing it out at center. Dumped right back down the other way by Baller. Derby will race back for it, and that'll be icing on Cruisers. Now they'll redrop this face-off here down inside the Cruiser zone. Probably toss, yeah, they're gonna toss Christou from the face-off dot. Late man coming into the play, too late getting there. He'll be tied up down low in the zone. Dumped off the far side boards, that puck will stay in the zone just hung on that blue line. Now it'll be cleared. And Blanchard will race over to pick it up. Blanchard rips it down into the zone once again. London in hot pursuit of it. There's Stopa after it. Chad Stopa, another one of those Team Canada guys. Outstanding sledge talent. Thrown across, up in the slot, a shot. Good stick save made by Simon. Toward the front of the goal, got a piece of it. Did Simon. London still with good pressure on side of the net. Simon got a piece again. Had that far side picked off around to the far boards, held in. Blanchard rips one toward the front of the net. Pad save made by Simon. Stopa gets back in the neutral ice area for it. Here he goes with speed. Misplayed that puck down into the bench area. He was off in hot pursuit. Stopa rips it to the near side boards. Puck loose down in the zone. Trying to poke that puck free is Cesano. And now back the other way comes Noah Bruner. He's got the angle. Bruner in. He's going to fire one on goal. The save is made by Chris Wood. Now back out at center. Sazonov throws it down in. Yershizin sends it back the other way out front of the London bench, and they're back to get it. London making changes. Confusion out front of the London bench. And we get a whistle here. There's a mad scrum out front of the London bench there. They were trying to make changes, and that puck came out in front. And I think we got a penalty coming here. We had too many men penalty against the Cruisers team, and London's going to go to the power play here. Toward the front of the goal, it'll be cleared out, cleared down the ice. Trying to work that puck back, it's out from the bench. Cleared aside, dump back into the zone. London looking to set up their man advantage with 30 seconds already gone, and the power play. Timofejew, he's going to clear that puck once again, and that'll burn some more clock time here on the power play. Art Kaufman after it down low. Derby flips it up down into the zone for Byrne after it. Timofejew up for Bruner. And under 50 seconds to go on the man advantage here for London. 5:30 to go on the hot, or in the second period rather, for Byrne. After it, loose puck comes and a shot, but we got a whistle. That one into the back of the net, but it's not going to count, as it was offside London. What a shot by Haley Halleck. And now this face-off is going to come in the neutral ice area. Sean McKenna wins it down in. Centering pass comes, sent just wide by Halleck. She had an open net with 15 seconds to go on the power play. It'll be cleared, and that'll pretty much do it. Man advantage for London. They got to get back as Curtis Tome with good speed after it. First one on it, sends it on goal, deflected out front by the goaltender, Wood. Power play over, back to even strength hockey and 5-on-5. That one's ripped on goal, just off the outside of the post by Blanchard. Halleck picks it up on the half wall, throws it toward the front of the net, no good. It'll roll back up top, out front of the bench area of London. Blizzard got to get back on side. They will quickly. As Yershizin turns it over. Chance here for London, back the other way. Halleck to the goal. The pass never got to her from McKenna. Yershizin on her side, battling for that puck down low in her own zone. It'll be poked free by London. Stopa on it. Stopa for Perry, up top. Here's a shot from Perry, it's blocked. Stopa regains it right there. They'll throw one toward the net. Precision blocked it. Centering pass up top. McKenna can't pull the trigger. Perry now missed it under his stick. And it will be played off the boards. Not out. Great job to hold by Derby. Halleck able to get on to Curtis Tome and make the turnover as she sends it right back below the goal line. McKenna in a battle for it down low. Perry up top, throws one on goal, blocked. Loose puck comes and a shot coming through, blocked again by Tone. Stopa turns back for it. Centering pass, good stick, intercepted. They give it right back though to Stopa. Trying to clear the zone. Perry got there to hold it. Perry toward the front of the net looking for a deflection. Never got to the goaltender. Turned back the other way. Tired group out there for the Cruisers as Perry's back at center. Halleck was going for a change. Didn't see it. It'll be dumped down in by Carey. Perry flips it up. Hits his man at center. Losing it though is Sazonov. And it's back into the London zone and Derby will go back for it. Brendan Derby off the near side boards. Back the other way. Here comes Dylan Verburn. Verburn. Good speed. First one on it for London. Centering pass up top. Nobody there for the Blizzard. Nice play coming in from the point. A shot, and Blanchard rips it home. Brendan Blanchard, what a goal for London. And he extends the lead to 4. It's now a 6-2 game. A rolling puck up in the high slot, and Blanchard stepped up from right to left, and no mistake, upstairs for Blanchard. And the lead has grown to 4 for London. Right off the face-off. It'll be worked up to the near side. Blanchard throws it right back into the zone. Barry on it. High shot. Sails it over the net. Near side. Blanchard holds the zone. But gets too far ahead of him. He attacks in to try and hold the zone. Spinning around, looking to get that up is Stedman. Instead now loses it back down low. Ripped around to the near side. There's Blanchard again getting there to hold it in. Blanchard sends it up top. Verburn looking for a lane. Lofts it over the net. Under a minute to go here in the second period. 6-2 London leads. Verburn holds the zone and threads it back in. Puck's going to come out, so London's got to retreat. That'll give time for the Cruisers to touch up. Instead, they send it right back to Verburn at center, who dumps it in. It's going to roll down toward the goal. Goaltender out to play it. Look out, he almost turned it over. Almost gave it right to Stedman. Instead, he'll now settle it down as Wood will cover. Face off on that far side will drain the rest of this time here in the second period. And London just keeps on coming offensively. Excellent showing by the London Blizzard here through 2 periods of play in their first game of this weekend. And now a 6-2 lead over the Cruisers, backed by Chad Stopa. Outstanding through 2. And London will take a 6-2 lead, looking to hold on through the third period and get their first win in the books this weekend. We'll head to break after 2 periods of play. London leading Cruisers 6-2 here on Friday. Third period underway here in Port Colborne. Cruisers Silver Streaks and London Blizzard. London, 6-2 lead through 2 periods of play. And it's Cruisers looking to respond here. The shot going wide right off the hop. Played around in behind the London goal to the near side. London trying to hang on to start their tournament in a good way with a 1-0 record. Battle up in on the half wall, now to be worked out at center. And a race for it down to the near side. Timovic back in his own zone, circles back. On to the near side, now up at center. Mark Kaufman able to work that puck down in. He's in a battle with Brendan Derby down in the corner. Derby will sling it in for Perry. Perry coming in to help out, plays it out front. Atwood didn't see it come in behind her. Could be a 2-on-1 back the other way for the Blizzard. Pass comes up top, and it's for Bird from center. He's in all alone unless Timovic can get back in time, and he does. Good speed from the Silver Streak. Timovic as he's able to get back and take that Verburn opportunity away. Verburn, a shot, he rings the crossbar. Oh, Verburn almost had one regardless. He hit iron, and it stays 6-2. Atwood down to the corner. Perry battles with Atwood, and it'll be brought out of the zone, and Blizzard will have to head back for it. Brennan Derby turns back in his own zone, slows it down. Now he'll work it up. Centering pass for Atwood, who blows a tire in front of the goal. Now here comes a shot through. Save is made by Simon. Lunging at the rebound, able to find it and hang on right before Sean McKenna can get a stick on it. Face-off, comes right back up top. Little give and go. Here's Allen. Gets a shot, but it's blocked by Yersijan. Alec trying to get it back toward the front of the goal. Now it'll be swarmed and picked up by Christou. And then at center is Blanchard. Little coil back at center for it. Blanchard threads it in for Halleck. Halleck throws it far side, and here goes Mr. Stopa again. Chad Stopa shot right from inside the blue line, sent wide. Halleck has it. She's in all alone. It's going to roll too far ahead of her. And a whistle. And Simon able to hang on just long enough. Face-off one back by London. Thrown to the near side. Tome looking for it. Back into London zone as Blanchard trying to get around Perry. Perry back for Tome. Tome in for Byrne. Collide after it. Near center. His own zone, little feed pass up at center out of the reach of Barry. The Byrne was there too, would have been a 2-on-0, but the puck bounced the other way. Sent down in on goal, stick save made by Wood. First one on it though, down is Carey off the end of the net. We got a penalty coming here. It's gonna be on, it's gonna be a roughing call here. Going to be on London. Morias will sit for 2 or less. And to the power play go the Silver Streaks. Wolfaju turns it over. Perry. Back the other way, Blanchard, risky play on the back end. It kind of pays off, but now it's center back the other way. Here comes Mark Kaufman. Kaufman dumps it back up top. Nobody trailing the play as Tome's got to go to the near side for it. Tome, he fanned on it, able to save him, but now it's out at center. Lone man back is Dan Timofeji. Perry right after him, and now Halleck will send it down the ice. Alec quickly after it on the near side. Trying to drain some more time as we hit a minute to go on the power play. Collision at center as Tome collides with Stopa. Timofeju and Stopa in a battle for it. Stopa able to turn it over. Centering pass. Halleck up top. She scores. Haley Halleck off a feed. from Chad Stopa, a shorty for London, and a 7-2 lead. Here's a breakaway right off the face-off, back the other way. Shot goes just wide. Zambia a chance to get it back within striking distance with 9 minutes left, but it stays a 5-goal lead with 9 to go. Going back the other way as Orias is out of the box. Far side boards picked up by Halleck. She's had a good game today for London. And now the leak out at center. Between Halleck and Stopa. They've been running this London team, and Verburn's in there as well. Here he comes back the other way. Verburn trying to spin off a check. Gets bumped into. Perry will do the rest and send it in deep as Atwood after it in the corner. Susanna Atwood. Gonna work that puck back out front. Instead, it comes back to the point. And Christou will work it out at center. Flipped up to the near side, Blanchard. He's back the other way onside. Blanchard lets one rip from just inside the offensive blue. And it's wide on the short side for Byrne in hot pursuit of it. It'll be picked up though by Noah Bruner out of his own zone. And here goes Bruner all alone. Bruner trying to get by Perry. He'll slide it across, cutting into the middle. A shot, good save made by Chris Wood. Keeps it a 5-goal game. Now tied up, Atwood with Kaufman. Kaufman can't find it, and that puck's gonna leak out at center. Stopa heading after it. He couldn't come away with it. Atwood's gonna loft it down, and Stopa. He's gonna race his way down to beat it out. Stopa works it back up top. As the Cruiser Silver Streaks will bang it back out at center. Brennan Derby right back into the zone. Stedman had a double take in his own end, now flips it down, and that puck will be sent for icing on Cruisers. Five-goal lead with a run time now. Off the face-off. Bobbling puck will be picked up by Blanchard. Blanchard, shot. Nice save made by the blocker of Simmons. Puck lodged at the bench area there of Silver Streaks, and they will blow it down, and the face-off will come in the neutral zone. So bearing a comeback here, London is going to move to a 1-0 record. They'll join Hamilton, both with wins in the first day of this competition. Cruisers will drop to 0-1 and join the Niagara squad. The Thunderblades with no wins and a loss. So tomorrow will make things very interesting. You play for a chance in either the bronze or the first place game. We shall see. Blanchard plays it off the boards. Flip back the other way, down into the corner. Collision in behind the net. It's a turnover. The Silver Streaks will have it. Centering pass up top. A shot is fanned on by Ballard. Knife back the other way by Maurias. Blanchard trying to work that puck free on that far side. Now he'll flip it up. Doesn't get out of the zone though. Timofaju up top in the slot, rolling puck, lunging out and covering is Wood. Back down after it into the corner is Kaufman. Puck flipped up down the ice, and looking was the lone man back was Chad Stopa. Except it's going to be icing on London. And I was going to say it's blown for icing, but it's hybrid icing. So that shouldn't have been an icing, as Stopa was the only man by center. And he would have had a look all by himself down the other way, and you could hear him talk to the linesman. And this faceoff now will come at center. Oh, and he's going to get the opportunity anyways. Here goes Stopa. He's in all alone. Stopa, he's going to pass it off. Oh, and they can't get a shot off. Trying to get Perry into the goal-scoring column here. Stopa. His pass is picked off, and it'll be flipped up at center. Oh, now here goes a race for it. Stride for stride. As it'll be dumped back the other way. Little give and go. Perry after it. Stopa leaves it off for the defenseman Derby. Derby plays it off the boards for Halleck. Ellie Halleck takes a spill but gets it right back in for Stopa. Halleck off one on goal, and blocker save made by Simon. 1 minute to go here in the third period on the first day of this tournament. And that net's been bumped off down in the Silver Streak zone. So London and Hamilton will finish day one with 1-0 records. Both impressive wins by a couple of impressive teams. We'll get you caught up on tomorrow's schedule. It'll all be live streamed, same place, starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Niagara and the Cruiser Silver Streaks, so both 0-1 teams will start the day with a 9 o'clock start. 10:45, it'll be followed by Hamilton and London. So both losers and both winners will play each other right off the hop tomorrow in the morning, 2 o'clock, London and Niagara will square off, and then 3:45 to end Saturday. Cruisers and Hamilton will battle. And Sunday, 9 o'clock, the bronze medal game, 11:30 for gold as London, after going down early 1-0 behind Chad Stopa, all the way back, and they have a dominant 7-2 win over the Cruisers team here on day one. An impressive offensive showing from the London Blizzard. We thank you for joining us as we line up for the handshakes here on day one of these 2025 Ontario Para Games. Great action day one here on the rink side of things in Port Colborne, the Valley Health and Wellness Center. Lots of other great sporting action going on throughout Niagara over at in Thorold at Summer Games Park. And we will be back with you tomorrow and Sunday. You can catch all the action right here, brought to you by Niagara College Canada. We thank you for joining us on the first day. London and Hamilton both into the win column on the first day of competition. And we can't wait to see you tomorrow for all of us here in Port Colborne, the Valley Health and Wellness Center, and Niagara College of Albuquerque. Thank you for joining us as we say goodnight from Port Colborne.
Do you hear that?
All those guys keep going.
That's the sound of real-world experience. That's NC Life.